welcome members of the Fourth Estate to this press briefing. The press briefing is about the proposed Kenya Drugs Authority Bill 2022 that is in Parliament right now. And we want to illustrate the reason why we are against the bill as it is, because the bill is aimed at rendering the practice of medical laboratory in Kenya unattainable, being that the proposers of the bill want to take the mandate of our regulatory body, and therefore we feel threatened because the reagents that we use can only be validated by the experts that are using those reagents. But here we have a situation whereby people who are not associated with those reagents want to do the validation and regulation of those reagents. So we have a press statement that the Secretary General will read on behalf of the Association of Kenya Medical Laboratory Assessors, Laboratory Medicine Society of Kenya, Association of Kenya Medical Laboratory Scientist Officers, and Kenya National Union of Medical Laboratory Officers. Welcome, Bana SG.
Officers and the Chief Executive Officer. We are here gathered to read a press statement by our professional relations that are represented by the Association of Kenya Medical Laboratory Scientific Officers, Association of Kenya Medical Laboratory Assessors, AKIMLA, the Kenya National Union of Medical Laboratory Officers, and Laboratory Medicine Society of Kenya. The above-named medical laboratory science professional organizations on 30th of October 2023 petitioned Parliament, the National Assembly and the Senate to amend the Kenya Health Drug Bill, amended by the National Assembly to the Health Products and Technologies Bill, as it violated the medical laboratory science profession and renders our practice in Kenya untenable. The National Assembly has ignored the memorandum of all medical laboratory professional bodies submitted by the Association of Kenya Medical Laboratory Assessors on behalf of the rest of the professional bodies. Those submitted on time. The following are the major concerns of the medical laboratory science professional bodies. 1. By dint of this being enacted into law, the entire medical laboratory science profession will lose self-regulation and private practice, as it will be under the control of the profession of the pharmacy. Pharmacists the world over, including Kenya, are not practitioners of diagnostic medicine. This professional gap will lead to the violation of standards of medical laboratory investigations and analysis, thereby contravening the Constitution of Kenya and endangering the health of the Kenyan citizens and the general public. 2. The entire Medical Laboratory Technician and Technologist Act, Cap 253A laws of Kenya, will automatically cease to function as they relate to private practice. Medical laboratory science private practice entails the use of validated and verified medical in vitro diagnostic and medical laboratory reagents and equipments. 3. There is an inherently wrong and a misplaced assumption by the proponents of this bill that the Pharmacy and Poisons Board is the only government body or other entity that shall exercise the legal right to control the use or sale of medical services within its jurisdiction, and that may take enforcement action to ensure that the medical devices, including in vitro diagnostics and veterinary products marketed within Kenya, to comply with its legal requirements. 4. Medical laboratory profession is a branch of indispensable medical science routinely engaged through experts, highly skilled and competent to deliver investigative, diagnostic, prognostic, surveillance, and research on all conventional, emerging, and re-emerging diseases whether infectious or non-communicable. This group of medical laboratory professionals specialize in a variety of branches of laboratory medicine, including but not limited to hematology, oncology, transfusion science, that is blood donor recruitment, blood donation, testing for transfusion transmissible infections, clinical chemistry, bacteriology, virology, parasitology, vector-borne neglected diseases, tissue compatibility, matching and molecular sequencing, organ transplant, critical care, field laboratory epidemiology, histology and cytology, data management and research. In practice, these experts are registered, licensed and utilized in vitro diagnostics. 5. Medical laboratory equipment, reagents, chemicals, kits and consumables are used by medical laboratory science professionals on a day-to-day basis to produce evidence of the presence or absence of disease that aid in case management, and are professional tools that cannot be regulated by the professionals without any knowledge of their functionality, suitability, and intended use. 6. Section 5 of CAP 253A provides the mandate through which the medical laboratory professionals and their tools of trade, that is in vitro diagnostic, are regulated in terms of training, practice, employment, and business of medical laboratory practice. But hoping to note that there is a deliberate and strenuous attempt by the proponents of this bill to discuss in vitro diagnostic medical devices with no reference or any single recognition of the experts. And in this case, the experts are the medical laboratory professionals who are registered to practice in Kenya. Section 18 of CAP 253A describes the detailed content of the curriculum to be administered for medical laboratory science professionals in training at diploma, degree, master's, and doctorate levels of specialization. Accordingly, there is no gap to be addressed by the proposed Kenya Drug Authority Bill as far as in vitro diagnostics are concerned. And no other cadre is more competent to regulate in vitro diagnostics within the space of the Ministry of Health than the medical laboratory science professionals. The enactment of the Kenya Drugs Authority Bill, the Kenya Health Product and Technologies Authority Bill, shall explicitly cause regulatory disharmony, confusion, and dysfunctions in the health sector service delivery system within the consequences. Standard, ineffective, and poor quality in vitro diagnostic, contrary to the constitutional requirements to provide the highest attainable health standards to regulate in vitro diagnostic, which in the mainstay of detecting, managing, and controlling both infectious and non-communicable diseases, human diseases. Fidelity of the law does not allow for the transformation of CAP 253A into a committee of Kenya Drugs Authority, the Kenya Health Product and Technologies Authority Bill. 2022, that is the bill is 2022, merely because of the interest of one health professional, the profession of pharmacy, and that is the Pharmacy and Poisons Board, whom we are calling on today. In conclusion, all the medical laboratory science professional bodies hereby represented beseech the Parliament of Kenya, that is the National Assembly and the Senate, to consider the following: either amend the Kenya Drugs Authority Bill, the Kenya Health Product and Technologies Authority Bill, to exclude in vitro diagnostics, that is medical laboratory reagents and equipments, from its provisions, to avoid the promotion of substandard medical laboratory science practice through substandard diagnostic tools, or provide explicit provisions of scientific validation and verification of in vitro diagnostic in established and certified medical laboratories run by the medical laboratory science professionals to ensure quality, reliability, definite and timely diagnostics. Thank you.